Yesterday was one hectic fucking day at Meijer. Um, I was telling my brother this. I just got off the phone with him, but I was telling him what happened at Meijer yesterday. Sometimes you just walk in on a situation and you don't know what the fuck is going on and what leads up to it. But anyway, we have a cashier named Sharonda. Um, and then she was taking care of some transactions, and the only reason why I had caught little bits and pieces of the conversation that was going on was because I was doing trash, and sometimes you walk past the customers and cashiers, and they might be getting into altercations and everything. So Sharonda is basically the type of person that does not back down lightly. Basically, there was this customer being a bitch, and she's just starting shit and everything like that. And so the lady's on the phone in the middle of the aisle, in the middle of the checkout line, and she looks right at Sharonda, and Sharonda said something that must have pissed her off. So the customer looks at Sharonda and says, "Shut the fuck up, you fucking cunt." She says, "I'm fucking talking to you." And I'm like, "Excuse me here." I'm like, "Well, I didn't say nothing because me being the cart guy, I don't want to start shit with a customer who's in a pissed off mood." And then basically, so I'm in the middle of and then Sharonda says, "Well, if you're gonna act like this," she says, "you can move the fuck on." But even though she didn't say move the fuck on, but you could get the gist of what she was saying. So anyway, so the lady walks right past Sharonda, goes to service desk and says, "I can't deal with this fucking cashier." She says, "Somebody else come over and take and do my transaction." So basically, Sharonda drops everything she's doing, goes on break, and Kim takes over to do the transaction. And so I'm like, well, and then I'm in the back. I'm heading towards the back to take my trash back there because I don't want to leave it up front. And then I get paged over the intercom by the service desk lady Kim, and she said, and so I call back the extension that they tell us to call back on, and she says, "What are you doing?" She's like, "Are you still on break or what?" I said, "No." I said I'm back from break. I said I'm taking my trash to the back. She says, "Can you stop what you're doing?" She says, "We need to carry out on aisle 16." And she says the lady has four carts. She says the lady has four carts full of groceries. And she says, and we need it ASAP. So I'm heading. So I'm like, fuck. And then, so the bitch had four carts of groceries. I'm heading towards the back. Um, and so Kim says, "Stop what you're doing." She says, "Head up front." So I start heading towards the front, and then Tom the night manager that was closing says, "Are you going over to 16 to help out on the carryout?" I said, "Yeah." And so I'm standing there waiting for Kim to ring everything up, and the bitch is basically, and so the bitch, the customer is basically, she's pissing everybody off basically, but Kim is trying to be nice to help and helping her out. And so and so the lady gets really snotty and says, "I don't think that the price is right for all the groceries." She says, "I don't think." She's like, "I don't think the other cashier rung that up." And so Kim stops for a second so she can make sure that Sharonda rung everything up. And Sharonda says, "Yeah, I rung everything up." And the lady's like, "Well, I don't trust her, so ring it up again." And so Kim rung it up again, and then after everything was damn near paid for, she says, "I'm just gonna take this one cart." She says, "Cancel the other three grocery orders." So she had three carts that she canceled that was full of groceries. I'm like, fucking Jesus. I'm like, even though I'm an atheist, I could fucking. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, hell. Hell, this bitch canceled $400 worth of groceries. And so, but at least she was nice enough to leave a $5 tip. But the lady was just a bitch yesterday. I'm like, and I'm pretty sure we've had a lot of this going on in the whole damn time I've worked there. In the 1 year I've worked there, I said, I've seen this several times. But I'm like, sometimes it's like, what the fuck?